Right. Hello everyone. Welcome to Procom YouTube channel. Right. So today we are gonna look into the half adders. Right. So adders basically, right. So there are two types of adders, right. In your advanced level ICT, where one is going to be half adder, and the other one is going to be the full adder. Right. One is the half adder and the other one is full adder, right? So now we are going to look into half adders, right? So today we are going to look into half adder concept. So basically when it comes to adders, we need to know first of all what is an adder, right? So basically an adder, right? Basically an adder is a digital circuit, right? It's a digital circuit which is basically used for binary addition, right? Digital circuit that performs addition of numbers. Addition of numbers. So basically, what it does, an adder is a digital circuit that performs addition of numbers, right? So it is used for binary addition, right? Binary addition. And also adders are, so if you ask where is the adder used, right? So basically adders are embedded, are used in the arithmetic logic unit, right? The adders are used in the ALU, right? Arithmetic logic unit, right? So this is the basic definition of adder. Then there are two types, as I mentioned before. One is the half adder, and the other one is the full adder, right? So today we are gonna discuss the half adder, right? Half adder. So when it comes to the half adder, right? Adder. So it is used to add two binary numbers, right? It is used to add two binary numbers. So you will ask me why it is used only to add two binary numbers, right? So the once I started to explain you the full adder, you will understand why it is, right? So wait patient for that moment, right? So here the half adder is used to add two binary numbers, right? Two binary numbers, right? Okay, done. Then right. So let me draw the block diagram of half adder, right? You guys, what you need to do, draw with me, right? Draw with me block diagram of half adder. Block diagram of half adder, right? So when you are going to draw the block diagram of half adder, now here I'm just drawing the block diagram. I'm not going to draw the circuit, right? So but after we are done with the block diagram, then we'll draw the logic circuit of half adder, right? Let us start the block diagram, right? Draw with me, right? So here we have two inputs and two outputs, right? So let us take that, draw that, right? Draw with me. So these are the two inputs here, right? And we need to have two. We need to have the block diagram, right? The block diagram, and two outputs, right? So now let us imagine the two inputs are going to be A and B. The two inputs are going to be A and B, and so this is the half adder, right? The half adder. What you look here, right? Half adder. Let me name it. So here we are using the block diagram. So later we'll draw the logic circuit of the half adder, right? And the output is going to be sum, 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 and carry out. So basically we can simply state it as C out, right? Carry out. Simply let me state it as uh, state it as C out, right? Which is the carry out, right? Carry out, right? Then so the input is going to be A, B, then output is going to be the sum and carry out, right? Carry out, C out. So here the half adder adds two single binary digits, right? So in this scenario, in this example, right? So here the half adder is going to add two, right? Is going to add two single binary digits, right? Which is here represented as A and B, right? It's used to add two binary numbers, and it has two outputs, which is sum and carry out, right? It has two outputs, sum and carry. It has two outputs, sum and carry, right? Then let's draw the truth table of half adder. Let us draw the truth table of half adder. Then here now we know that how many inputs are here. We know there are two inputs, right? There are two inputs, A and B. So when there are two inputs, we know we have already studied. So if there are two inputs, how many combinations are possible? Four combinations are possible. How four combinations? Because 2 to the power 2 is going to be 4, right? So let us draw the truth table of half adder. Draw with me, right? So and also we have two outputs, sum and carry out, sum and carry out, right? So let me draw it, right? So this is gonna be A, right? This is gonna be B. Then we are gonna draw sum. The output, one of the output is sum. Then the final one is gonna be carry out, right? So here let me state it, the input A. So here we have the input B, the output sum, right? And the output carry out, right? Carry out, carry out. So let me say it as C out, right? C out, right? Let me say it as C out, right? Right. So here it's going to be C out, carry out. Right. Then let us draw. So here, right, I told you that 4 to the power 4 combinations are possible, right? You guys know first of all how to fill the truth table inputs, right? Yeah, already studied. So first in here it's going to be 0, 0, 0, then 0, 1, 0, 1, then here 1, 0, and here 1, 1, right? 1, 1, right? So let us look into how to do this, right? So binary addition, right? Now here, now when you are going to add 0, right? So when you are going to add 0 and 0, dear, when you are going to add 0 and 0, right? What will be the answer? 0, 0. So here the sum is going to be 0. Sum is going to be 0. Now, are you carrying anything to this side? Are you carrying anything to this side? No, 0, right? The carry out, there is no carry out, right? So we can say it as 0. We can say the carry out as 0, right? Done. It is something like if we take this binary addition. Now let us take a decimal addition like 4 and 2, 4 and 2. So once you add 4 and 2, it's going to be 6. So for an example, the sum is going to be 6, and do we have any carry out? No. So carry out is going to be 0, right? Just I wanted to show that for you guys, right? Then to make it somewhat easy to understand, now let us think like this, right? Right now, next one is 0 and 1. You have 0 and 1, right? You need to add this scenario I'm explaining. For A, we have 0, A input 0, B input 1. So once you add 0 and 1, it's going to be 1. Do you have any carry out? Do you have any carry? No. So it's going to be 0. And sum, we know it's going to be 1. It's going to be 1, right? Then here 1, 0, here also it's going to be same. So once you add 1 and 0, it's going to be 1. And do you have any carry out? Do you have any carry? No. So 0. So same in that scenario. Then 1 and 1. We are going to add 1 and 1. Now, right. So before adding this binary addition, let me take a quick example for the decimal addition. So 25 and 68. Let's imagine 25 and 68. So once you add 25 and 68, right? Once you add 25 and 68, right? So 8 plus 5, we know 13. So we know 3, we will write here. Then 1 will be what? Moving to here. 1 will be moving here. So what it is moving here is the carry out, right? So this 1 which is moving is the carry out, and this 3 is going to be the sum. This 3 is going to be the sum. Clear? Right. Now here in this case, so just I wanted to explain that. So here once you add 1 and 1, it's going to be 2. So we can't put 2 in binary addition. We know that. So what I suggest to you is, now here 1 plus 1 we are getting 2, right? So divide the 2 by 2. If you ask me why we are dividing the 2 by 2, why I am dividing it by 2? The base of binary is 2. That's the reason and the logic why I'm dividing it by 2. So here 1 into 2, 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0. So here the remainder is 0, and the quotient is 1. The remainder is 0 and the quotient is 1. Dear, the remainder, right? So the remainder 0 is the sum. The remainder 0 is the sum. So sum is a 0, and the quotient is the carry out. Sorry, the quotient is the carry out. Quotient is the carry out. That's how we got it that, right? So we divided the 2. So here once you add 1 and 1, 2, but we know that we can't put 2, right? So what you need to do, divide the 2 by 2. Why we are dividing it by 2? Because we know the base of the binary is 2. So 1 into 2 is 2. Remainder here is 0. So the remainder is going to be the sum, and carry out is going to be the quotient. Quotient is going to be the carry out, right? In this case, 1 is going to be the quotient, 1 is going to be the carry out, right? That's how we got it, right? So here 1 and 1, here we put 0, here we put 0, which is the sum, and 1 you are carrying out. That 1 is going to be the carry out bit, and here this 0 is going to be the sum. So I think this is clear for you people, right? Now we have drawn the block diagram, right? Now we have drawn the block diagram only. But this is the block diagram we have drawn, but we haven't drawn the logic circuit of half adder. Now let us quickly draw the logic circuit of half adder, right? Let us draw the logic circuit of half adder. Let me erase this drawing, so you guys need to try with me. So if you once you try with me, and again before you go to bed, once you try, right, it's more than enough for your until your exam, right? The main mistake that the students are making in advanced level is that they they don't revise that day's work that day itself, right? Then it's difficult, right? So you need to revise that day's work that day itself, right? So here we know we have the output as sum and carry out, right? Sum and carry out. Carry out one is simply I'm stating it as C out, right? You can I'm stating as C out, right? So let me draw the right. Before drawing, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Now using the sum, using this output sum, can you say which gate we have already studied now? Which gate can we apply for this logic sum, and which gate can we apply for the carry out, right? So just take a minute and think. Now for the carry out, you may say we can apply the AND gate. Why? 0 into 0, 0. 0 into 1, 0. 1 into 0, 0. 1 into 1, 1. Then for carry out, what is the gate that we can apply? AND gate. We can apply the AND gate. What about sum? Sum is what, guys? Sum is XOR gate, right? XOR gate. What is the logic of that gate? What is the logic of that gate? If all the inputs are the same, output is 0. Now look here, the input is same. A and B, both the inputs are 0. Then the output is also going to be 0. Now look here, the last one, both the inputs are 1. Both the inputs are same. The output is also going to be 0, right? The logic is, if all the inputs are the same, output is 0. Otherwise, it is 1. Look here, here we have 0, here we have 1. So it's not the same. That's why we are having 1. So for the sum, we can use the XOR gate logic, and for the carry out, we can use the AND logic. So using that and keeping that in mind, let us draw the logic circuit of half adder. And I wanna you guys to try drawing by pausing the video, right? So logic circuit of half adder. Now before we have drawn the block diagram, now here only we are drawing the logic circuit of half adder. Let us draw with me. So if you have already drawn, please check whether your one is correct. So let us draw the exclusive OR gate, right? XOR gate. Right, so let us draw that. Right, so here, right, then here, so if the when the inputs are going to be a and b, so here we know that's the output sum. So here we can say sum. Here we say sum, and we know the AND logic will bring the carry out. So let us do that. So here let us bring the A, right? A, then B, right? So AND gate, AND gate, so the AND gate, and this is going to be the carry out, carry out, carry out, right? So this is the logic circuit of half adder. So guys, we have covered the half adder in this session, right? So, and also we have started the 2024 advanced level classes. So students, who are willing to join can join, right? So you can send a WhatsApp message. The WhatsApp number is in the description, right? Okay.